You know, I work with a lot of other states, both regionally and nationally, on a lot of coastal issues. And I have to tell you, one of the first things they often ask me is, how did we luck out to get such a great congressional delegation? Both the House and Senate side, these guys are incredible for the work that they do. They get it from the environment side, and they're nationally recognized for that effort. So thank you guys. And Mayor, we often work with Warwick. We're working with Warwick right now on an assessment looking at what the effects of climate change may do to the state. Climate change is real. It's here to be seen. We're seeing our wetlands disappear at rates that most scientists can't believe. We're seeing our shorelines starting to flood. If you go down to Watch Hill on a high tide, moon high tide, that parking lot is often full of water right now. This will only get worse as we go into the future. The CRMC has been working on a plan called the Shoreline Change Special Area Management Plan. It is looking at what the impacts might bring for climate change to our shoreline. And I can assure you from what we've seen from our multi-year assessment now, and by the way, we've developed the most advanced techniques anywhere in the nation to be able to look at this stuff, to be able to get down to a house-by-house level. We are seeing a future for us that is pretty grim when we look at this. NOAA, for those who aren't familiar with the recent report that just released in January, is predicting at the upper end of their estimates now. Granted, it is the upper end, but in this site here, for instance, much of the site would disappear underwater. They're predicting about 9.6 feet, so about 10 feet of sea level during that period. And because we get either wind-driven tide events like we were seeing from last night, or when we get extreme high tides, that can add another 2 feet onto that sea level. So we're looking at about 12 feet of sea level that we're going to see. That takes out most of our coastal assets and many of our iconic features that we identify within the state. So it is a very grave threat to us here, and we take it very seriously, and we're working on trying to develop the plans and techniques to look at this. From the national level, Congressman, you're absolutely correct. Many of the sites that we see, just from sea level, take everything else off the table, just sea level will add billions and billions of dollars to the budget just to go back and try to deal with these sites. And by the way, unless we get a grip on climate change, sea level doesn't stop at 2100. The predictions, again, by NOAA for this area, by 2100, 2200 I should say, are close to 40 feet of sea level rise. So it's something that we need to, as a society, get a grip on, and we need legislation like you're looking at now to be able to forecast that and get that story out and start to get this known for the public themselves, because many still don't understand the profound consequences that we're going to face. Thank you, Congressman, for your effort, and thank our delegation. Thank you.